into its liquid form. Okay. So next one, crystallization. So we don't know what is crystallization, but we discussed already. See, in the evaporation process of in separation of salt, what we are doing, students, we are heating the salt water simply, right? Yes. So due to this, evaporation is taking place. So by evaporation, the water is lost, and you can see the salt in the form of crystals which are deposited. Okay. From the impure sample, suppose see here, if any impurities are there in the salt, if you want to separate impurities from the salt, what you will do, you will mix the salt first in water, isn't it?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, for the crystallization, you're saying that the salt, turns into a water vapor and goes out.
No, salt doesn't go out, water goes out. Salt remains in it.
Yes, ma'am, but then
generally in crystallization process, generally what process we will do, you know, if suppose along with salt, if some impurities are there, like any impurities along with salt, if that impurities are like if I dissolve salt in water, if any impurities are there which can dissolve in water, so what will you do here, you can perform this activity by placing thread simply here. After some time, around the thread you can find the crystals of salt.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay, or else you can do the same activity by taking a beaker and heating salt. Okay, heating salt water and filter off the impurities whatever are there. Okay, after filtering off, then heat it by taking in any watch glass. If you are heating the salt water, you can see crystals of salt. After all water evaporates and crystals of salt will be formed on the watch glass.
Okay, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Your voice is breaking a little bit.
For everybody, it is same issue?
No, ma'am, it's not breaking. Sir.
Okay, you can check your network, Advika.
Okay, ma'am.
So in crystallization process, pure crystalline substance is obtained from the impure sample. That is the crystallization definition. Process used for obtaining pure crystalline substance from impure sample. Clear with the three definitions?
Yeah, ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So next definition is sedimentation.
Ma'am, you gave sedimentation.
Yeah, we already discussed that. I'm giving the key notes to you for quick revision.
Sedimentation means the insoluble particles will settle
Not
down.
insoluble, settling of heavy particles, which are heavy. Okay, they only settle. Lighter particles won't settle. Okay, so sedimentation is settling of heavier solid particles in the mixture at the bottom of vessel. Settling of solid particles, settling of solid heavy particles, you write. Heavy particles at the bottom of vessel. Okay, so next definition, decantation. What is decantation, students? So whatever settle which is called sediment. So apart from sediment,
They separate any
Ma'am, we are
substance.
separating the
apart from the sediment, a
heavier
clear
particles.
solution.
Ma'am, when the sediment will settle down, ma'am, we will take the liquid in another container. That is
Yeah.
called decantation.
It is called decantation.
Like transferring,
Transfer of clean liquid.
transferring of.
Yes, transfer of
Muddy liquid sometimes.
clean liquid from one vessel to other without disturbing the settled particles.
Now I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, for decantation, is it like only you'll get clean liquid? Because when you add soil into a container, it turns into a muddy water.
Yeah, it can be muddy, but we are telling clean, not clear here. It is clean.
Oh, okay.
Clean is
Okay.
different, like without any particles in it.
Okay, ma'am.
So next one is evaporation.
Ma'am, the soluble particle will remain there only, and the liquid will get evaporated as well.
Yeah, in that liquid, whatever the particles which are soluble can be there in that
In the water.
in that
And the
water.
water
It will
will
become
get,
the water vapor.
the water will get evaporized and turn into a water vapor.
Water vapor. The solid will remain in the
Evaporation.
container, and the water
So
liquid will
conversion
get
of.
evaporated.
So we can't tell it exactly. In any mixture, if you are removing it, if it is a solid mixture, also if you are removing water, it is called evaporation, right?
Yes.
Losing water from any mixture. So we can write for evaporation, process of removing water. Process of removing water. In the bracket, you can write moisture as well.
Ma'am, out of the keywords, can we play a quiz?
What?
After the keywords.
Yeah. After this, we will be having quiz.
Okay, ma'am.
From a mixture, either by heating on flame or direct sunlight. What is filtration, students?
Ma'am, taking out the solid substance.
Yes, separation of solid particles from liquid.
To get out clean water.
Yes,
Clear water.
liquid by filter paper or through a filter.
Yes, ma'am. Filter paper through the funnel. Through the funnel.
Through a filter paper, it is called filtration. So 3 to 4 definitions are there. After this, we'll be having quiz.
Okay, ma'am.
Done?
One minute, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Done.
Okay. So the next process is hand picking.
Hand picking is done when there's a stone or a rock inside it.
Ma'am, when you have
Can be
larger
Separating
steamed
pieces
small
properly.
inside it,
particles.
ma'am,
Which
when you
can be
have
steamed
larger piece,
properly.
ma'am,
When
when
we
you
have
have,
larger piece, yes, we can separate by hand picking as well.
Ma'am, like stone and rocks.
Yes.
ma'am, for mostly large things we can do it, but for small things we can't.
Yeah, which can be holdable, you can remove by small hand picking.
Yes, ma'am.
By small particles of dirt, stone,
Rock.
husk, etc. From where we will remove from grains,
Some grains,
of
pulses.
wheat, rice, pulses, etc. So next new term here which we didn't discuss till now, loading. Loading is faster sedimentation by suspending alum to liquid.
Okay, ma'am.
See, let me show you. So in sedimentation, what happens, students?
Ma'am,
The heavier
sedimentation-
particles will settle down, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
If you
ma'am,
want
the
the
bottom of the
sedimentation
container.
to be fast, if you want sedimentation to be fast, we will add alum. Okay, by adding alum, the sedimentation will be fast. So that process is called as yes, that process is called as loading. So let me show you. Can you see how we are doing the loading process here? So this
Yes,
is
ma'am.
muddy water on adding alum. So see here how clear water is formed and clay particles are settled.
Ma'am, what's the meaning of
And what's alum?
Alum is the one, it is one
Ma'am,
of
it's
the
like kind
substance.
of crystallized thing.
And what's it?
Alum.
Yes, ma'am. What's alum?
Alum. See, you know this, I think. Actually, it will be used in house. Like, let me show you what is alum. Everybody are clear. You know this.
Ma'am, like
It
we
will be
use
like
it near the God.
sugar,
Like you,
but
it's
we
like
don't
kind of
need
in
this
crystallized
one.
stuff.
See,
Oh,
after
okay, ma'am.
shaving and everything to stop bleeding, they will keep this to stop bleeding. Do you know
Okay.
this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So this is called alum. So what is loading? Loading means process of
Alum
faster
to
sedimentation.
the muddy water to become where the substance become a clear water and the
Faster
other substance.
sedimentation by suspending alum to a liquid.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, so the dust, so the clay particles would stick to the alum.
Clay particles, actually this is used for purification purpose. So for water purification also you can use this alum.
Ma'am, so like does it absorb that things or?
Yes, it will help in separation actually. It doesn't absorb anything.
Ma'am, then it will carry the dust.
No, it will dissolve.
Okay, ma'am.
You can add in the form of powder as well. And next one, sieving. And in sieving, students, one thing you have to remember, in sieving, what we will do this process in presence of air, right? So that the heavier and lighter particles are settled down.
Separate.
So what's the reason behind it? So why we will use sieving process means based on the size. Remember, okay, the components which are of different size only separated. So which is the factor, students, here? Different size.
Size.
Okay, so sieving means used to separate two components of mixture
Ma'am, the smaller particles fall down and the bigger particles stay in the sieving.
have. So smaller, like in the air, heavier and lighter comes. Okay, when they are having different size, we will do this process, and the heavier and lighter particles will separated due to air.
Ma'am, the lighter particles, ma'am, the smaller particles fall down.
Sorry, that is winnowing process, right? In sieving process, we are telling. So in sieving process, what is sieving process? We will do actually flour, whatever the flour is there, that is used in this process. So your mother will do at home, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So in sieving process, when we will do, if the sizes are different. So if the impurities, whatever the impurities are there, are of bigger size. So in the sieving holes, the flour will go out and the impurities will stay on the sieve plate. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. The heavier,
Yeah, ma'am.
So,
The
yeah.
the heavier
When we
substance
will
stays.
perform this sieving process means when the impurities or the components are of different size, then only we
ma'am,
will perform.
the dust particles are a bit bigger and
If the dust particles are,
a bit bigger.
sorry,
Nothing. It will be like a net, so that the
yeah, it will be like net, right? So
Yes.
there are small holes which allows only the fine particles to grow to go, and the bigger particles will stay on that net only.
Yeah, ma'am.
So sieving allows the fine particles to pass through holes, and bigger particles remain on hole.
Like for the tea, we will keep many things so that they are small and in big size also. But for that sieving, that thing we will use, it's of very small. It will have very. Ma'am, can you go to the last pen, ma'am?
Yeah.
Liquid will only go inside.
Yeah, the one which is of fine particles only comes out, and the remaining will stay. So it depends on the size of holes of sieve. So there are many sieves, they differ in size as well. So based on the impurities, you have to choose the size of holes. Okay,
Ma'am, you can change it.
done.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Next one is solution. What is solution, students? It is a homogeneous mixture.
Solution. Add solute and solvent.
Yes,
A mixture of
homo
solvent and solute.
yes, homogeneous mixture of solute and solvent, right? Homogeneous means whatever the solute you are adding, that solute will be dissolved completely, and the particles are uniformly distributed in homogeneous. So this is solution. Example, sugar solution, So
Lemonade.
in sugar solution, sugar will be there and water will be there, right? Sugar is solute, water is solvent. Then what is saturated solution, students?
The answer is as the solution. When they will mix.
What?
When they both will mix, that answer is known as solution.
Yes, what is saturated solution then? So saturated means, listen once, then you can write. See, suppose to make a solution, we will add a solute. Like if I want to make a sugar solution, so what I will do? I will add sugar into water, right? Yes. So see, suppose I took a glass of water. I took a 3/4 glass of water, and I'm adding sugar. Okay, and I'm dissolving it by taking a spoon or by taking a stirrer. I'm dissolving it. I'm not heating. I'm doing the general process. Naturally, I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going on adding sugar, going on adding and sugar. So I'll get a point where on addition of sugar there won't be any dissolution, isn't it?
It is called saturated solution.
Yes, if I am adding sugar also, it won't allow the sugar to dissolve in it. The solution which doesn't allow any solute to dissolve in it is called as saturated solution. Understood?
When there's no more space for it to dissolve.
Yeah, that is saturated solution. So saturated solution means a solution. Unsaturated means before getting saturated, the point where it can take some more sugar as well. That is unsaturated. Understood? Yeah, it has ability to dissolve some more sugar. Before the saturated solution, whatever point is there, the solution is that is unsaturated, and no more addition is possible, that is saturated. Saturated solution means a solution in which no more soluble substance can be dissolved. Where we are doing at room temperature. We are not, if I heat, then it will dissolve obviously, but I'm not heating. We are doing at ordinary temperature, at room temperature. Then only we will consider it as a saturated solution. Understood?
Yeah.
So last definition, winnowing. So with this, I'll be ending this chapter. So winnowing. So winnowing means to separate lighter and heavier components of mixture.
Now we did this.
We did winnowing?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
we
That's
discussed.
what we did. Firoz.
No, now in this class.
Oh, okay.
In separation of heavier and lighter particles. So I'm giving all definitions so that you can have a quick revision in your exams. Particles from a mixture. Example is husk, separation from grain.
Pulses.
With the help of air.
Wind.
Then only it is said to be winnowing.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I will take this.
Yes, I'm giving the link 1 minute.
On task again. Ma'am?